Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today on this Thursday? It is July 30th, 2026, Thursday. I want to say hello. Hope everybody's blessed. What do you think about LeBron going to the 76ers? How does everyone feel about that for like a 2-year contract? I think it was like 8.8 million. I believe he just signed not that long ago. So what do you guys think about that? You know, I got to shout out to my friend Stanley. Today is his birthday, so shout out to my brother. We talked today, but I'm gonna play you guys a little clip from Stephen A. from his podcast that he likes. And he's talking with Shaquille O'Neal about the situation. So I just wanna let's rock.
LeBron James decided to take his talents to Philadelphia. What were your thoughts about that move?
I don't like y'all calling my man a ring chaser.
I didn't call him that.
Okay, I'm just checking. I don't think it's for him. See, it's funny to me that people that don't have rings are saying, "Oh, he's a ring chaser." No, he's continuance chasing. He's chasing the chance to continue to be great, to continue to add legacy to his book. Listen, he knows. Well, he doesn't really know yet, but you know and I know when this thing is over, it's over. You can't come back. Once you retire, once your body says, I can't go no more, it's over. This guy feels he has 2-3 years left. Why not try to get another championship? I did it. I did it with Boston. After I won 3 in a row and then won one in Miami, hey, towards the end of my career, let me go play with Paul and KG and, be like the, fourth guy and rebound and set picks and, see if I can win one. And, that's what he's doing. However, I'm anxious to see how this team is going to work. The person I feel sorry for is Tyrese Maxey. And let me tell you why. He came in a regular guy. Joel Embiid was hurt most of the year. Tyrese rose up like, hey, I'm the star. This is my team. Now you bring Jaylen Brown in. Is he going to take a step back? And not only that, you bring LeBron in. Is he going to take another step back? Now Joel comes in shape and he wants to play. He's going to have to revert back to just being a regular guy. And will that affect him? Because he was starting to make a name for himself. I think he made the All-Star team. He was a star. And, sometimes, somebody or one or two people on that team is going to have to defer. Defer to who? I don't know. Whether it's defer to Jalen, defer to LeBron, defer to Embiid, I don't know. But 4 big-name guys, everybody can't get off every night.
But what about the notion that Tyrese Maxey wanted this because he got tired of losing? They can't get out of the second round, and he wanted Jaylen Brown. He wanted LeBron James. Hell, he was on the phone with LeBron James trying to convince LeBron James to come. I think that goes a long way because it's not something that's thrusted upon you by management. It's something you asked for, and I think that's something that's going to work for Tyrese Maxey because he's that kind of dude.
I hope it will, but I love where he came from to where he is now, all through hard work. The guy played. He made a name for himself. He made the All-Star team. He garnered other guys' respect. Now, with all these guys coming in, are you going to take a step back, or are you going to continue, to do what you do? That's the question. Listen, he's a great player. He's an unselfish player, but when you go from A and then you're finally at Z, why do you have to go back to T or W or U or J? So, it's going to be interesting because if you look at this team on paper, it's a fabulous team. Maxey, Edgecombe, LeBron, Brown, and Embiid, woowee.com.
Well, let me say this. Well, let me say this to you. How come you're not more concerned about Jaylen Brown? He clearly wanted to be the number 1 option in Boston. He gets moved out of Boston. He's supposed to share the wealth with Maxey. Okay, obviously that was an adjustment he was willing to make. But now you're going to have to share the wealth with LeBron too. What about Jaylen Brown?
And I was getting ready to get to that. That was my second point. Jaylen Brown has clearly said he wants to be the man. Will he be the man? Will he defer? Again, on paper, this thing looks fabulous, but chemistry-wise, only time will tell. If you look at all the top teams, like for example, OKC, all the OKC, even though they got a lot of weapons on their team, they know that Shea is the man. Here, Shea, you take your shots. The good thing about Shea is he let everybody else eat. He lets J-Dub eat. He lets everybody eat on the team. Same thing with the Knicks. Brunson, you are the man, and then Brunson, when he gets double, he give it up. Everybody eats. Will Philadelphia and Nick Nurse create that type of system to where if either Jaylen Brown is a man, he has the ball, LeBron has the ball, and we'll let you other guys eat when your opportunity comes. We shall see. I'm actually looking forward to it. And it's championship or bust for LeBron and Jalen. I don't want to hear about 60 games. We made.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. It can't be year two. Excuse me. You got to Miami. Y'all had to wait a year. You didn't win it the first year in Miami. You had to wait the second year. How come they can't wait the second year?
Okay, but hold on. I don't have excuses, but just let me give you one excuse. That's because I had a thigh bruise and I was taking shots and we lost that game 7. I was not 100% healthy. If I was 100% healthy, I would have gave you 2 in a row because I was on a mission. I got in shape. I lost 60 pounds. I was 325. I was on a mission. I had D-Wade and the boys rolling. We would have won that first year. I'm telling you, if we'd have beat Detroit, we would end up playing San Antonio. We would have beat them. It would have been my second rank. That's my excuse. It didn't happen. You're right. But guess what? It was championship or bust for me, too. I didn't get a championship. You think I was out partying that summer? No.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You were the Diesel. Damn it, you dominating, dunking on people. You know, man, you're stealing souls for crying out loud. You go to Miami. LeBron 41, he approaching 42 years of age. You can't hold him to the same standard. The same standard, you can't do that.
Yes, we can. Because you know why? You know why? Because he's LeBron James, either 1, 2, or 3 in many people's eyes. 1, 2, or 3 in many people's eyes. And guess what? The Philadelphia fans don't care about his age. They when they heard LeBron, Pat Cheesesteaks was giving half off on the cheesesteaks. The King of Prussia Mall was handing out.
There we go. LeBron. Damn right.
Yeah, it was, bro. They're happy. So, and then LeBron's not doing it by himself. So, which makes it even like we still got Joel Embiid. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, Chuck and I was saying he's the best big man in the league. Is he going to be hungry?
He's always hurt.
Title back? Well, hold on. Let me finish. We were saying he's the best big guy in the league. Is he going to be hungry and try to get that back? That's my question. Jaylen Brown been disrespected in Boston after having a great year.
Great year. MVP candidate.
Yeah, the MVP candidate having a great year. They just got rid of him. He got something to prove. VJ got something to prove, and Tyrese Maxey got something to prove. If they can pull it together, if certain guys can make certain sacrifices during, certain parts of the game, it's going to be ugly. And then LeBron.
So I just wanted to play a little bit of that as far as Stephen A. and Shaquille O'Neal talking about the 76ers. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen when it comes to the NBA season, when it comes to the 26-27 season. Obviously, is it going to be interesting? Yes. That you're going to see, LeBron on the 76ers. Me personally, I thought he would have went back to Miami or he would have went to Golden State. But, I guess, like I said, he's looking for that, stacked team that, because LeBron loves stacked teams. It's just like I said. I hate when people try to compare him to Michael Jordan. I've heard it so many times over the years, just like we all have. And it's like, let me tell you something. I'm going to just pull up LeBron's stats. LeBron has scored 43,440 regular season points in his career, holding the number 1 spot in the NBA. Regular season's game played 1,622. Career scoring average 26.8 points per game. Seasons, he's going on number 24. LeBron has recorded 12,016 assists and 12,095 rebounds over his 23-season NBA career. He's the only player in NBA history to cross the 40,000 point, 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebound threshold. Like I said, good player. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the fact is, I hate when they try to compare him to a Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. It's like, let me tell you, is LeBron a great player? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's also been controversy, like I said, with him and, you know what I mean, over the course of time, when he made that decision, you know what I mean, when he left Cleveland to go to the Miami Heat. And it's like, yeah, it's like he had a right. He was a free agent, absolutely. But you know what I mean? Again, he's a great player. You know what I'm saying? But it's like at the end of the day, I hate when people try to compare, You know what I mean? It's like, to me, he would never be a Jordan because Jordan was just such a competitor. He had fire in his eyes. Kobe, same thing. And when I say that LeBron's not, LeBron's a competitor. Yes, he plays, but in his later years, he hasn't played a lot of defense at all. You know what I mean? He's let people, as we've seen, the blow past him many times. It's like, you think Michael Jordan was, in his later years when he came back to play with the Wizards, like he played in all 82 games for, his last two seasons. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Kobe Bryant's last game in 2016, he ended up scoring 60 points. And they won, and they came back against the Utah Jazz. So it's like, at the end of the day, LeBron is a great player, but I hate when people try to compare him. Oh, he's been in the league a long time. Listen to me. If Jordan wanted to, but he retired a couple of times, he could have probably had that scoring record, and probably could have beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record that LeBron beat in 2023. Okay, and in that game when he passed Kareem, they lost. You know what I mean? The Lakers lost the game. I don't know if they were playing OKC or whatever, but the fact is they lost. You know what I'm saying? Again, good player. He's been in the game a long time, but it's like, my question is, why ain't he retiring? You know what I'm saying? What is keeping him still in the game, quote unquote? You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to be playing 24, and God willing 25. It's like, what are you trying to prove? You already got the most points. You got a lot of rebounds. You got assists. You know what I mean? You got 4 championships. You know what I mean? People question that last championship in 2020 in the bubble with the Lakers, because a lot of players in the league, they didn't want to participate in that. So, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm going to say this. We'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting as far as what. But like I said, he's definitely not the greatest of all time. He's not the GOAT. I'm always going to give that title, like a lot of us, that Michael Jordan. God is the GOAT, but as far as in sports goes, Michael Jordan's always going to be, because he's 6-0. You know what I'm saying? He was just a killer out there. LeBron, is a good player. He's a great facilitator, you know what I mean? But he don't play no defense anymore. As he gotten older, he don't play no defense. We've all seen many games with him where he just got blown by. And the NBA is a lot different than what it was years ago, because back in the day, you had players like, Charles Oakley, you know what I'm saying, Anthony Mason, people that was in New York Knicks and stuff like that. Scottie Pippen, of course, MJ, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, all these players, that could tear it up and play defense and do what they got to do. And it's like, today's game isn't the same anymore. It's a lot of weak-minded, in my opinion, weak-minded players that think that they're superstars when they're really not. It's like, and people hype them up. The media, the media hypes up certain players. Who knows how long they're gonna last for? But again, I'm not trying to knock people for making the money, for being into a sport that they love. It's cool. I just wish they had more heart and passion. I wish the referees would stop calling these little tic-tac fouls, but it is what it is. But no, this is the new NBA and stuff like that. But as far as LeBron, he's not the GOAT. He's a great player, again, but never put him past a Kobe or Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? So, but like I said, and who knows when he's going to retire, supposedly in 2 years. So hopefully, because you're almost 42 years old now. You'll be 42 in December. So it's like, okay, now what? What are you playing for? I think, me personally, he's just stat pattern, just to have more stats so nobody can even touch his points total personally. You know what I mean? Or to touch his rebounds or assists. He's not the all-time assist leader. John Stockton is, but just the fact is, But no, this is what I wanted to say today. I wanted to just make a video Let's talk about it. Like I said, I was shocked that he went again to the 76ers. Like I said, I thought he would have went to Miami and played with Giannis because Giannis just got traded to the Miami Heat, stuff like that. So no, but it's going to be interesting NBA season. No matter if you like the game today, you don't. But feel free to check out my YouTube channel. Type in my name. My first video that I've ever recorded was "Why Black People Settle for Less." So feel free to type in my name. It's RUSSELLMILLS. May 22nd, 2017. My first video, like I said, was "Why Black People Settle for Less." Everybody take care. Have a great day. Peace.